Good evening. The United States Supreme Court's recent ruling on tariffs has plunged the European Union into fresh uncertainty, impacting both businesses and Brussels trade policymakers. The questions are numerous and the challenges just as significant. The European Business Associations initially welcomed the decision by the United States Supreme Court to declare tariffs previously imposed by President Donald Trump under emergency law as unlawful. Oliver Richtberg from the VDMA German Engineering Federation, which represents 3,500 German and European mechanical and plant engineering companies, called it an important signal for rule-based trade and legal certainty. However, despite this initial relief, uncertainty persists for European companies. Richtberg noted that President Trump possesses alternative legal grounds to impose global tariffs, a concern that proved prescient even before Trump announced new tariffs of 15%. The practical implications of the court's judgment are not yet clear, contributing to the ongoing apprehension among businesses. On February 20th, 2026, United States President Trump made no secret of his anger over the Supreme Court's tariff decision. A spokesperson for the European Union Commission emphasized that businesses on both sides of the Atlantic depend on stability and predictability in trade relations. The mood in Brussels remains ambivalent. On one hand, there's satisfaction that a United States court confirmed what many in Brussels had long suspected. On the other hand, new questions arise. What comes next? Bernd Lange, a Social Democratic Party politician and head of the Trade Committee in the European Parliament, stated that Brussels' tariff negotiators now face new challenges. The Trade Committee in the European Parliament had originally planned to decide on the implementation of the trade agreement between the European Union and the United States next week. The global tariffs, now declared illegal, including United States tariffs on imports from the European Union, were a key part of the Turnberry Deal. This significant agreement was negotiated in July 2025 in Scotland, specifically at the luxurious Trump Turnberry Resort on the Ayrshire coast. Green European Union trade politician Anna Cavazzini now declared to ARD Radio, "In this situation, there is no way we can approve the agreement." This means that far more than just tariffs are at stake. Under the terms of the original deal, the European Union had committed to purchasing United States energy worth $750 billion by 2028, making new investments exceeding $600 billion in the United States and buying United States defense goods, not to mention the expanded market access for United States agricultural products, with lobster and meat intended to enter the European Union single market virtually duty-free. Whether the vote originally scheduled for next Tuesday will still take place as planned remains uncertain. Members of the Trade Committee in the European Parliament indicated that the ratification process could be suspended or adjusted. They are set to meet this upcoming Monday to clarify how to proceed. It is now widely believed that the agreement will not pass. The critical questions now are: what happens to the existing tariffs? How should the European Union react to the new tariffs announced by Trump today? Who will pay compensation and who will issue refunds for tariffs already paid? One point is clear. Only the so-called reciprocal tariffs, which Trump justified with alleged imbalances for the United States in international trade, have been declared illegal. The United States Supreme Court did not rule on tariffs introduced not under the controversial emergency law, but on what are considered more robust legal grounds. These include tariffs on steel, aluminum, and automobiles, which are likely to continue to burden the European Union. The United States Court did not specify a deadline for implementing its judgment. President Trump, meanwhile, wrote today on Truth Social that the newly imposed 15% global tariffs apply immediately. However, the practical implementation of this, how tariffs will be adjusted, settled, or overpaid duties refunded, remains unclear. Further legal disputes are highly probable. For the European Union Commission and Brussels trade policymakers, only one thing is certain: consumers, businesses, and markets face renewed uncertainties in transatlantic trade relations. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. This video was generated using artificial intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates. See you next time.